Yeah, we back in the building, y'all. We back. Let's get this show started, because we got to talk about this young Scooter. And I seen people in the comment was like, yo, Smoke, you got to get to that Scooter. I was just waiting. That's all I was doing, because I knew something was fishy about this whole situation. Now, if y'all know who Young Scooter is, that's a rapper that's coming out of Atlanta, ATL, legendary dude from Atlanta. You know what I mean? Not just in hip hop, legendary dude in the streets, according to Atlanta atmosphere down there, according to the Atlanta natives down there, according to Atlanta streets down there. They say Young Scooter is a very respected dude down there. Well, a couple of days ago, not so long ago, he actually passed away. They trying to say he was running from the cops when they came knocked on his house. He hopped over the gate. He cut himself and he died over natural blood bleeding off his leg or something like that. A lot of people didn't believe that. Then come to find out, we got a 911 audio call from some woman that they actually still looking for. That part. What are we talking about? She's speaking about a whole nother situation that happened that night. Then it comes out today that the autopsy came out, the autopsy of Young Scooter, and he actually got somebody shot him. Let's put it that way. Young Thug put it on Twitter. So allegedly, Young Scooter got shot, and that's how he passed away, instead of the injury he had on his leg for hopping over a gate, they want to say. Man, we got to talk about this. We're gonna go through the 911 call. I got the whole 911 audio call. We're gonna go back and hear the sheriff when they did the press conference, and they say how Young Scooter actually passed away. And we got to react to all this. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this show started. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. We back in the building. It's your boy, Smoke News TV. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It ain't going to hurt your feelings. It ain't going to cost you. That junk is free. Make sure you keep that notification bell on so you know when I'm dropping my video. Shout out to all my members that got their membership. Try to get yours. Smoke Game Team Smoke. Shout out to all my supporters who smashed that subscribe button and continue smashing that subscribe button. So shout out to all my day ones and my new supporters that smashing that subscribe button. And yeah, shout out to everybody, because we got a lot to talk about. So y'all might as well light one up. Rest in peace to Young Scooter, because we got a lot to talk about. Let's get this copyright out the way, man. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find that in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational and entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find that in my description on my channel, on this channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational and entertainment purpose. The clips and videos I play also owned by the original creators. So if everybody don't know what's going on, there was a woman who claimed to be a neighborhood watch call 911 accused of Young Scooter of being an underage mother beaten. And y'all can see what else over there. Like, I mean, they, allegedly gun toting and allegedly sex trafficking and blah, 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 and a drug dealer. This is what the lady was speaking on the audio of the 911 call that night before the police arrived there. We're going to get to this audio because this is like spooky. It's nasty work. We don't know who to believe. And then they actually looking for the lady. It's a $5,000 reward for the lady who made that call. They don't know who the hell this lady is, but she's supposed to be a neighborhood watch person in the neighborhood. Make that make sense. Don't 911 calls track what the hell you live at? I'm trying to figure this out. Because I remember when you made prank calls and 911, them niggas know exactly where you at, pull up to your house, all types of shit. They got GPS when you dial 911, bro. So how the hell they don't know where this lady at? It's something spooky about this situation, but hold up, we ain't done. So today, Young Thug came out on his Twitter. Allegedly, they saying that Scooter didn't die from no goddamn injury from his leg. They saying that he actually got shot from the autopsy. Now, I don't know how true this is. I don't know if this going on, I don't know how really true this going to come out. They didn't come out yet with it, but obviously the Young Thug Twitter account over there, Young Thug is saying that the results came back and Young Scooter died from a gunshot wound. Who shot Young Scooter? Did the police shoot him or somebody in the crib shoot him? We don't know what the hell's going on here. That's why I kind of waited a little bit. It was like, yo, we got to get more information about this, because him hopping over a gate, it just doesn't make no goddamn sense. It just doesn't. I mean, you got to hop over on the wire gates. You know, one of the wire gates they got at prison, or one of them wire gates they got for like the deers and shit. One of the ones you go through, you get all cut up and all that. Nah, he ain't had none of that shit. What we talking about? So how the hell he get hurt from a leg injury? That just doesn't make no sense to me. It just doesn't. That ain't make no sense since day one when the goddamn situation happened. Even his own son was like, yo, that don't make no, it just doesn't make no sense, bro. So let's continue. Because we ain't done here. We got a lot to go. We is not done here. We're gonna go through this audio. Let's get to the news clip though. Let's get to this first, then we're gonna get to the sheriff that spoke about the situation. Then we're gonna get to the audio, because the audio 911 call is the most craziest, spookiest shit I ever heard. And for the sheriff for them not to report what that lady said, it's kind of crazy to me. We don't know if this lady lying. We don't know what the hell's going on here. But let's get to the news clip right quick. Then we're gonna get to the sheriff. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we ain't done.
Developing story now. An Atlanta rapper is dead after allegedly trying to run from police Friday night. Variety magazine, citing the medical examiner, identifies the rapper as Young Scooter. The 39-year-old appears to have injured his leg after jumping 2 fences. And Channel 2's Brian Mims is live in southeast Atlanta. Brian, this all began with the report of gunfire.
That's right, and police were called to this house here on William Nye Drive behind me. They say someone called 911 to report shots fired and a woman being dragged inside the home. Officers showed up, knocked on the door, and 2 men ran out the back. Atlanta police say when officers knocked on the door, a man opened it and immediately shut it. 2 men then ran out of the back of the house, police say, but 1 man returned. The other man ran away and jumped 2 fences. Police say he was bleeding heavily. Officers rendered aid on the scene, and an ambulance took him to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. He's identified as 39-year-old Kenneth Bailey, a rapper who goes by the name Young Scooter. Variety magazine says Bailey was a regular presence in Atlanta hip-hop during its commercial boom in the 2010s. The magazine says Bailey decided to pursue a music career after a drug trafficking charge in 2008. Police say Bailey's injuries were not the result of any gunfire. And again, police say those injuries were to his leg. As for a woman being dragged inside the house, police say they were not able to locate any woman. And police say there was no indication that any gunshots were fired. An autopsy is expected to be conducted today. Live in southeast Atlanta, Brian Mims, Channel 2 Action News.
Now I'm about to say something. The thing I don't understand about what is they hiding? What is police hiding now that the autopsy actually came out and they saying that Young Scooter actually allegedly got shot and he bled to death, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he jumped the gate when he got shot. He kind of, got injured a little bit more where the gunshot wound was at. Maybe that might have happened. We don't know what the hell happened. But what is they hiding though? Because when we get to the sheriff and all that, they don't mention nothing about no gunshots or nothing. But in the news clip, they're saying that, oh yeah, the 911 caller said it was gunshots and all this, that, and the third. But when the sheriff got there, the sheriff said in the press conference, whoever the sheriff, the sergeant, whoever the hell this person is that we about to get to, he said there wasn't no gunshot wound. There wasn't no gunshots at all over there. So who's lying here? See, people got to understand, man. Sometimes 12, yeah, 12. If y'all know what 12 mean, I mean the police, allegedly, sometimes they be involved in street activities too also. Sometimes they can't report stuff, man. That part, what are we talking about here? It's just kind of fishy how they didn't report a lot of shit that happened that night. They were saying Scooter was drug dealers, all type. Watch when we get to this audio with this lady. Why is she blowing up the spot like that? And why does the sheriff didn't mention nothing? Now, he had to mention everything with a 911 audio call when we get to it. But what the hell is they hiding? Now, I'm going to read something that Young Scooter's son actually posted on his story. Peep this out. Now, Young Scooter's son said, he said, I'm in the back of the police car. He going to say, He gonna say, I'm the one who was chasing your dad. He really got away from us when he jumped over 2 fences, but we heard him yelling. I can't even see the goddamn words. These words so damn long. He said he broke his leg. If he didn't break his leg, then he would have been gone. Just told grandma like me and y'all son, the same person, certain shit. We were just going for I know what they did to him. I'm reading what the hell they wrote here, and the letters are kind of small, so pardon me. But actually, y'all can read the rest of it. I'm gonna get to the other ones that are kind of bigger. The letters are kind of small. I can't even see the goddamn letters, to be honest. Pardon me, gang. But according to his son saying the same guy that chased his father say he got away, but he got injured when he jumped over 2 fences and broke his leg. That just don't make no sense. Of how the hell you pass away from that? Now this part right here. Now I can see this part. He said, I done seen bro. He talking about his dad. I done seen bro jump thousands of fences. How the hell this the only one he broke his leg on? Now they want to tell the truth. I knew that. I knew that shit was cat from the get-go. I know him like the hell. I know him like hell. And he ain't going no other way. So this is son speaking. His son is basically saying, yo, I know my father. My father done jumped mad gates before fences, and all of a sudden, y'all telling me he jumped these 2 fences, he broke his leg, this the way he passed away? Nah, there was more to this. There was more to this, bro. That's why I keep telling people there's way more to this goddamn story. And I know my daddy like hell. Ain't no way he dying from a broken leg, main artery, bleed out. He got real survivor instinct, folks. Just really lied and played in our face in front of the public, but it's cool. This is what his son is saying. His son saying, man, my dad got real survival instinct, man. That nigga know how to survive. He been doing this shit for years. And you gonna lie in our face talking about my dad died from a broken leg, main artery blood out? Nah, man, bleed out? Nah, I don't believe that either. That's something I couldn't believe it. Now listen, there was a clip. There's a clip. Hold up. Let me see if I can find this clip right here. Let's see if I can find this clip. I hope I recorded it. They were saying it's like 5% for people right here. Let's get to this part right here. Now we're gonna play this clip when there's a doctor talking about this situation. Hold on, let me download this because there's no way in the world you jump 2 gates, break a leg, and all of a sudden you passed away. Nah, nigga, you must have had an injury, gunshot wound. They must have shot him in the leg, let him bleed out because the audio, when we get to the audio, when the lady's talking, she says she heard gunshots in the air. Let's download this video first. Let's download this video first. You got his son saying, man, my dad know how to survive, bro. There's no way in the world my dad gonna actually pass away from a leg artery, whatever, blood out. He bled out and all this. He jumped 2 fences. Like I said, them fences must have had some crazy ass wires, one of them thick ass wires. Once you jump on it, nigga, I mean, that shit just cut you all up. Like one of them prison fence. Why the sheriff and them ain't tell us what kind of fence was it? Come on, man. Let's get to this news clip. Then we're going to get to the sheriff press conference because we're going to be here for a while. Rest in peace to Young Scooter. Light one up. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Let's get to it. If y'all want to donate, Cash App is in the banner. You can also donate by the thank you button.
Fracturing or breaking his femur, which orthopedic surgeon Dr. Craig Weil says isn't impossible.
Well, the femoral artery is quite large, and it could, if you broke your femur and it broke badly enough, the ends of the femur fracture could be sharp enough to cut the artery.
As for the fall,
It'd have to be a very hard fall.
something you don't often see.
No, you don't. It's a relatively rare injury to have a femoral artery death. It's only about 10 to 15% of traumas, so it's not very high.
The Fulton County Medical Examiner says right now the cause and manner of death for young Scooter is listed as undetermined. Of course, an autopsy is planned if it's not already been conducted. Now, the GBI is investigating this in-custody death.
Now, even the doctor, the dude that was just talking, say that's very rare. You had to fall hard as hell. I'm talking about you got to fall probably from a 10-story building or some shit like that and just go straight down, boom, and just land on your legs and your whole shit break and you die. That's very rare. We talking about 2 little ass fences, probably the same height as Young Scooter, and he hopping over them shits. And then y'all telling us in the news conference that's the way he died? We don't believe that shit. That's why I had to wait on this video to wait till the autopsy and all that shit really come out. According to Young Thug, he done broke the goddamn internet now with it, saying that the autopsy came back that he had a gunshot wound. Who shot Young Scooter though? That's the big question. What was going on in the crib? Is the 911 caller telling the truth? When we get to that and later on, let's get to the sheriff though. With the first press conference that we heard when this shit first happened. Let's hear what he got to say. Oh yeah, we chased him. He jumped over the gate. He had a blood artery, blood bleed out. Nigga, you even heard the doctor. I mean, you had to really fall hard on the ground on your legs, bro. And when you think about something like that, we talking about jumping off a 10-foot story building, somebody just throwing your ass over the balcony or something. That's how hard you gotta fall on the ground for that type of situation to happen, according to the doctor, according to the person that was just speaking about the situation. There's no way. That's weird. Now, you could die that way, but you had to fall hard on the ground. I mean, you really had to jump over and fall on your leg. My nigga, this nigga's 39 years old. I think Young Scooter, just turned 39. He died on his birthday. May him rest in peace. The man's still young. What we talking about here? The fences ain't that high. There's way more to the story that happened than we don't know. We don't know police covering this shit up, allegedly. There's some crooked cops out here in the world, allegedly. And there's some people that probably actually worked with on Young Scooter that don't want to tell the real story that happened inside the house. We don't know what happened inside that house. Why the hell Young Scooter even ran from police? That's the big question. They didn't have no warrant to come search your house. I mean, if you had some birds or some drugs in there, they didn't have no warrant to do that. Why are you running? There had to be some crazy activities going on in there for that nigga to run like that. And shots must have rang out, bro. I don't know what the hell possibly could have happened, but we're going to get to the sheriff, though. Let's get to the sheriff, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Discuss two events this evening. The first being from the 200 block of William Nye Drive. In Zone 3, officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location. Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, two males fled out of the rear of the house. One male returned back into the house. The other male jumped two fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid, and he was transported to Grady Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased.
That don't make no sense. They chased him, but then his son said the same people that chased him went back to the car with the little, I couldn't really read that shit. I could go back and read it yourself. The letters were too small for me to read, but I tried to read half of it. According to his son, it said that the police came back to the car when the son was in the back of the seat, was like, yo, yeah, we tried to chase him, but he got away, this and that, and he jumped over the gate, this and that. But when y'all he jumped over two gates. When y'all got there, he was injured with a leg injury. The doctor said, man, you had to jump hard as hell on your leg for you to bleed out that way, bro. And how the hell he had to, what mark and what, like, did he get cut? You see, now we got the autopsy and they saying he got a gunshot wound. Y'all done lied and said he got cut and he bled out or some shit like that because the way he fell. That was absolutely a lie. There was shots that rang out that night. They just a lot. The police don't want to say the truth. Y'all got to remember, we talking about Atlanta suburbs. You seen the house he lived at. Now, picture that shit at nighttime. Go to one of the news clips. It's very dark around there. His backyard probably dark as hell because he ran out to the back, they said. Them niggas, police get paranoid, man. The first thing they hear on the 911 audio call, yeah, the shots fire over there. So the first thing the police thinking is, oh, yeah, the suspect over there, he armed. Somebody armed over there. Somebody in that house got a gun. Because that's the first thing they hear on the audio on their way to the spot, on their way to the house. That part. What are we talking about here? We all know how police think. I sit back, I wait. Oh yeah, you know, they shots fired on the audio. You know, when they report shots fired at shots fired at such and such, they on their way there. So the first thing they thinking, people got a gun inside that house. They're already paranoid. So who's really saying when y'all chase that nigga, boop, y'all ain't shoot that nigga in his leg? Come on, man. Them places be dark. Some of these cops can't see them. They be paranoid. They get shaky sometimes when they chasing niggas in the dark. Oh, he hopped over 2 fences and all of a sudden he died off his injuries. Come on, that niggas survive over gunshot wounds in their leg. Nigga, you telling me this nigga died from hopping over a gate? Nah, I don't believe that story. Comes to find out, autopsy come out, he got a gunshot wound. Who shot him? Police? Or some other shit was going on there that we don't know about? Let's continue with the press conference, though.
Where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
Can we confirm that it's a known rapper that goes by the name of Young Scooter, the 39-year-old male?
We cannot at this point. That's a function of the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office once they notify the next of kin. So that we were premature on that.
So what was the discussion? What led to the 39-year-old having to flee from police? Can you give us a little bit more detail? Because it just seems, what exactly led to him running away?
So again, there was a 911 call of dispute with shots fired and a female being dragged back into the residence. When officers arrived, a male initially opened the door, closed the door on the officer's face without communicating completely. That's when the officers established a perimeter and the 2 males fled.
Now, when they got the audio call, they got a call saying shots fired, somebody got dragged in the house, female got dragged in the house. Smoke, we're going to get to the audio call after we get to this press conference because they looking for the lady now. I just don't know how the hell they don't find the lady. When you make a 911 prank call, nigga, they already know your address and everything. That part, what are we talking about? Nigga, there's phone towers and shit. Something strange going on with this situation with that 911 call and police chasing Young Scooter behind at his house in the backyard. The nigga took off for what reason? Now, we don't know what the hell Young Scooter was doing in the back end. We don't know down there according to the lady. When we get to the audio, this lady talking about sex trafficking, all types of shit. She talking about she a neighborhood watch person. We don't know. I mean, listen, and when things like that get involved now, I'm speaking allegedly before we continue. When we start hearing sex trafficking and shit like that, underage, look at the Diddy situation. Look at a lot of these situations. Look at the MC situation, the dude with the island. He had his own island, and allegedly, a lot of important people was going there doing a lot of crazy shit, if you want to say crazy stuff, private stuff, illegal stuff, underage females, allegedly. If this was going on, the thing I'm trying to explain here and paint the picture, when you got that type of shit going on, law enforcement knows about that. Allegedly. You just don't do that type of shit without no connection with law enforcement in the back end. Allegedly. When it comes to that type of crazy activities with trafficking, sex, sex and all that, whatever, brothel house, whatever, when you're going to go, go spend some money on them ladies, all that type. Law enforcement knows about shit like that, allegedly. That shit just don't go on for years and months without no type of connections and nothing like that. And you got neighborhood watch people probably calling more than one time, assuming that something's going on in that house, but nothing never happens until shots ring out. That's when the cops got to really start coming. When shots ring out, that's when the cops got to come now. But when you got allegedly sex trafficking, underage girls and shit like that on some Diddy type shit, law enforcement is 95% connected to that type of shit till the heat comes, and then they get themselves away from you. Or the heat gonna come on you now. Oh, law enforcement, whoever you was connected with, he gonna fall back. He don't know nothing about that, nigga. But while that activity is going on, or you connected with one of them people in that law enforcement allegedly for you to continue with that type of activity if that shit was going on in your establishment on the quiet, on the low. So that shit just don't happen like that. You got to be very connected with certain people to do that type of shit. When it comes to drug trafficking and shit like that, what make you think that shit don't goes on when trafficking humans and underage shit going on, allegedly going on at your crib, and you telling me they're not connected to no type of connections for them to do that? But the kingpins and all that in the drug world, they be connected to do what they do. What young Scooter was doing in the house? Let's continue with the press conference.
Where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
Can we confirm that it's a known rapper that goes by the name of Young Scooter, the 39-year-old male?
We cannot at this point. That's a function of the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office once they notify the next of kin. So that we're premature on that.
So what was the discussion? What led to the 39-year-old having to flee from police? Can you give us a little bit more detail? Because it just seems, what exactly led to him running away?
So again, there was a 911 call of dispute with shots fired and a female being dragged back into the residence. When officers arrived, a male initially opened the door, closed the door on the officer's face without communicating completely. That's when the officers established a perimeter and the two males fled. Why they fled, obviously, we can't speak for them. So it's still an active investigation.
Was the woman injured at all?
So we were not able to locate a female. We ended up with two males and the decedent.
Was you said the dispute started in a car, a moving car?
No, outside of the residence.
Outside of the residence, and then a woman was drugged back into the...
That's what was reported. We have not been able to substantiate any of that, which is also a part of our investigation.
And then when he jumped over the fence from one victim, what wound was, I guess, did he shoot himself?
No, there was no indication of anyone being shot. This appears that there was, when he fell, some type of fracture injuries to the leg, which caused the bleeding.
And to clarify, this wasn't any involvement with the Atlanta police as far as shooting?
Correct. There's no, in neither one of these cases were officers involved in shooting at all.
Will your agency be investigating everything internally, or do you guys...
So we do have, just because of the confusion, we have the GBI that's going to come out to the 39, location.
So GBI will come out and they'll independently look into what exactly
Correct.
happened? Okay.
Yeah, just to confirm.
But that one started with a 911 call of a dispute.
Correct.
That's why you guys got there, and then...
Dispute, shots fired, woman being drugged back into the residence.
Is there any statement you want to make too? I mean, obviously there's already multiple reports out there across social media, some news magazines saying, again, young Scooter has been shot by Atlanta police. Just an opportunity because many people are taking this, they're watching this.
Right.
Is there anything you want to say? Because those reports are out there.
No, and this is why we're here doing this press conference, to put out there that the Atlanta Police Department has not been involved in any shootings tonight, and the incident on William Nye, there was not a shooting at all. All right, thank you. We're here.
According to the sheriff, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Do me that favor. Y'all want to donate? Cash App is right there. Appreciate the donations. If you want to donate to the thank you button, it's a thank you button also. You can donate also by that way. But smash the like, subscribe, and share. Keep that bell on so you know I'm dropping my videos. Let's continue with this because we got to get to the 911 audio. Now, you heard the sheriff now. No shots fired. None of that. Yo, we get the shots fired on a 911 call. We arrived there. There's no shots fired. A person opened the door. He shuts the door on us. Two dudes started running off. One of them was young Scooter. Hopped the gate. 2 gates. Next thing you know, this nigga laid out on the ground, injured from hopping 2 gates, and he bled out. This is what the sheriff telling us. Let's pedal back again. Let me put it in slow-mo and subtitles. We get a call there was shots fired, domestic violence, whatever was going on at the house. We arriving there. We all know how 12 think. Shots fired, everybody make sure they armed when they get there. That part. I sit back, I wait. That's the way police, there's shots fired there. When they get there, they get to the door. Somebody open the door, shut the door on them. Niggas take off. The two dudes take off. Allegedly, there was only two guys in there now. They took off. Young Scooter was the one that hopped over the gate. Police chasing two of them. I guess they caught one. Young Scooter jumped over two gates, got injured, but where the hell the police was at? How long did y'all find him? How long he was laying on the floor? How long y'all was chasing him? Where's the body footage at? I know that's going to come out soon, but we always get that shit like a month, 3 months, 4 months from now. We always get the body footage late. We all know that. Obviously, it's going to come out. But let me put this in your head, too. Let this marinate. You know there's a such thing that called edit, right? Like how we edit our videos. They can edit their videos, too. So think about that. Allegedly, they can edit their videos, too. But how long Young Scooter was laying on the ground? How long y'all was chasing him? What type of two gates he jumped over? Was there wire gates? The wire gates they got on prison, or the wire gates that, you know, because according to where the house is at, you know, Atlanta got a lot of woods and deers and shit like that. Was it type of wires that when a person get to it, they can automatically get cut, deep cuts? They don't tell us none of that shit on a press conference. That's how you know something was suspicious from day one. Yeah, he jumped over a gate, you know, a wire gate, you know, one of them gates that, you know, you can automatically get cut. Okay, people would have understood that. But you didn't explain what type of fence he jumped. According to the doctor from the clips I played about 10 minutes ago, the doc said that, man, you could die that way, the way they want to say he died. But it's very rare. You would have to jump, you would have to fall very hard on the floor. So when I sit back, I think about it, nigga, you got to jump a 10th floor story, nigga, and land straight down on your legs, nigga, and bleed to death. Or 5-story, I mean, anything, nigga. You just got to land down hard. It's got to be some type of height and level for you to jump and fall that hard on the ground for you to pass away, is what I'm trying to explain here. Them fences ain't that high for you to jump over and then you just fall, boom, and all of a sudden you just pass away like that. Man, as a kid myself, you know how many fences I jumped, yo? Even in my 20s and my 30s. You know how many fences I jumped? And landed on my 2 feet, kept that shit moving. Now, if I'm jumping off a goddamn building or something, I fall down, that's 95% of the chance you can actually die from a leg injury or something. That's possibility. But who the hell y'all think y'all fooling from somebody jumping 2 fences and they die from a leg injury? Oh yeah, he got to the hospital and he passed away, he bled out. What? Autopsy comes out, all comes to find out this nigga got a gunshot wound. Did he shoot himself? Did y'all shoot him? Did he was bucking back? What was going on here? Let's get to the audio 911 call, because this is the most important part right here. They don't even know where the hell this lady at. Let's get to this part, man. This is the neighborhood watch lady that made the phone call. Peep this out. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Rest in peace to Young Scooter. Light one up. Y'all know the vibes.
Atlanta 911, operator 8715. What is the location of your emergency?
The location is
with the transfer. 1 second, ma'am, for 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
273 William Nye?
Yeah.
No, it's 273 William. Oh, you said Nye, NYE, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you to Cab. Hello, caller.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
Actually, both. If you could say both. There was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on.
Let's continue.
There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house.
What's your name?
Now, I want y'all to pay attention. She said 7 people live in the crib now. When the cops got there was only 2. Now, I'm only saying she said 7 people lived there. Not saying 7 people was there. But 7 people lived there, according to the neighborhood watch lady that made an audio 911 call. Let's go back. Continue listening.
There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house. And
What's your name?
I'm sorry, what is my name?
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. 7-3.
This according to the 911 call now. She's saying, yo, they sell drugs there, this and that. Now people gonna be like, yo, Smoke, but how she know all that in one day? Maybe the lady not saying this all in one day. She's a neighborhood watch lady. This is something she's been watching, I guess, according to you want to put what a neighborhood watch person is. They're the type of people that watch everything going on every day. You know, the people that look out the window every day once they wake up in the morning, get their little coffee, boop, put that little shade down, open the shade, be looking at everything you doing coming in and out your house with your homies. Doesn't mean them niggas selling work and all that, but when she get further to this 911 call, she's saying these girls are the age, they look young, they about like 18, 21. According to how young school and them niggas look, they look like grown men, this and that. Oh, she's saying shots was fired and everything over there. But why nobody else in the neighborhood ain't called either though? That's the thing that's confusing me with this whole situation. Why didn't nobody else, if they heard shots fired in that little neighborhood, didn't call police? Was this lady connected in the house? Was this lady one of the girls that left that house, ran out the house and made a little call like that to save her homegirls in the house? Think about it. We don't know. Why would she say all this? Yo, they sex trafficking, they doing this, that, and the third. Was she trying to save her girl that was in the house? Was she one of them that ran out the house after this whole commotion that was going on in the crib that we don't know about until further notice? It's nasty work. Was these niggas pimping? Let's continue, man. Was these niggas pimping these girls, man? Allegedly?
Started shooting. She had someone come over there and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive?
That's not, yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like they brought her, the guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked and then he was fighting her outside. Then they started the commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
Okay. Give me one moment.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby. Then there was
There's something going on. I'm gonna explain to y'all, man. Make sure y'all give me y'all smoke in the comment. Give me what y'all opinion on this, because number one, if the shots fired, pretty much sure there's some Caucasian people that live in the neighborhood also. Because this lady sounds like she's a black woman. Sound a little bit, she sound a little hood too. Now I mean, if I ain't mistaken, y'all can hear the way she's talking. She sound a little bit, and I mean, look like got a little streets in her. Am I lying? I might be tripping. Am I lying, y'all? Y'all comment below. Don't the lady sound like she got a little streets in her? So my thing is that your homegirl in the crib and you the one made that phone call that you ran out the house also? Because why nobody else in the neighborhood made a phone call? Why the 911 dispatcher and get no other calls in the neighborhood talking about shots was fired also though? But then comes the autopsy. We hear that young Scooter got a shot. He got shot. He got a wound. He got a shot wounded in his leg or whatever on his leg. That's how he passed away, according to the autopsy today. According to Young Thug on Twitter. I showed y'all. Like, it's all on the internet now. But this shit is strange to me. Nobody else ain't make a phone call when they heard the shots. This lady sound like she's down with the niggas the way she's talking. She's talking like it don't sound like a lady that gotta go to work 9 to 5. This lady sound like she working the strip joint or something, the way she talk. I'm not, listen, man, I know somebody, when somebody talk, I know when they got you either been around niggas, you from the streets, or you do half and half, nigga. You play both parts. You got a little 9 to 5, but you still got a little street in you. That lady don't sound like a professional lady that go to work 9 to 5. Yeah, shots fired. She sound like she's panicking. It sound like you ran out that goddamn house and you trying to save your homegirl and you want to get them niggas jammed up. I don't know what's going on here, but this 911 call sound very fishy. Let's continue. We ain't done.
Female was naked?
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay. Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low haircut.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
Blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get the. Okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female?
She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds.
What? Okay. Okay.
How you know the girl's 130 pounds and she 5'3"? Think about that. Let that marinate in y'all brain. I sit back. I'll wait. What are we talking about here? Let's get to that part right there. How the hell you know the pound and everything of that? That girl was in that house, bro. That female 911 call ain't no goddamn neighborhood watch. That lady was in that house, man. She ran out that house for a reason. Something happened in that house, man. Young Scooter got shot in the leg for a reason. Something else happened. We don't know if that shit came from the ATL police, Atlanta police, or somebody in the house he was arguing with. We don't know. But that lady sounded like she was in that house. It sounded like she knew the female that was allegedly getting dragged and she was getting beat up according to the 911 call. You know that female. You was in that house, man. You ain't no neighborhood watch. Nobody else ain't called in that neighborhood to 911 saying that they heard gunshots. So what the hell? How the hell we only get one 911 call in a nice neighborhood that he lived in? Come on, man. Let's continue. These dudes over here cutting the grass at this damn time. Let's continue, though.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang
Hello,
up.
ma'am. Can you tell me what they're doing right now?
Right now they're still battling. She's trying to get out, and the person is refusing to let her get out. Hello.
Well, before I get into that, is this a business house or an apartment?
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. There is like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Ma'am, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
There's a situation going on in this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get.
Now, see, the only thing I don't understand here, yeah, these niggas, right? These niggas with this loud ass shit, man. Anyway, if y'all hear a little noise because of the background, I mean, they out here cutting grass at this goddamn time, man, too. Anyway, she said there was 7 dudes in the crib, but when the cops got there was only 2 guys in the crib. So where the other 7 guys got? Now, where the other 7 dudes went? The other 5. Unless the other 5 dudes jumped in the vehicle before police got there and they got up out of there. And then them 2, young Scooter and whoever else he was with, they stood in the house. That's the only thing I could think of. That's the only thing I could think of, to be honest. But let's continue with the 911 call, man.
Situation going on at this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage. And then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Atlanta, what's your operator number?
8715.
And you already have PD en route?
PD has been notified and it's being started.
Okay, stand by for
What's
fire.
your operator?
You
want fire?
Stand by. I'm not sure if the protocol has been requested.
Okay.
Are you...
The situation...
Ma'am, are you with the patient now?
No, I'm a neighborhood watch. I'm just literally a neighborhood watch. I'm not in the house.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, no problem. About how old do you think she is?
She has to be about maybe... She looks a little underage, but I don't want to say that. You know, looks can be deceiving. So she's roughly, I'll say, let's just say between 18 and 21. Somewhere between that.
Is she awake?
What do you mean, is she awake? He's beating her bloody.
Conscious?
He's beating her bloody. He's dragged her back in the house.
Is she breathing?
Ma'am, he dragged her back in the house.
Okay, I understand that. I'm going to ask you some more questions. I understand you're not able to see what exactly is going on now, but just answer the questions to the best of your ability.
Okay. Everyone in the house has weapons.
Okay.
The 7 guys that live there, they're roommates or something like that. I don't know if all 7 lives there, but it's typically about the same amount that's there every day.
Okay. Is there any serious bleeding?
She's bleeding from her face, like the whole front of her face. She's bleeding profusely, and then there's a child involved.
Okay. Is she responding normally?
Are you serious, ma'am?
Yes, I'm serious. I need to know for the paramedics if she's completely alert.
How can I assess if she is alert if I just told you they dragged her back in the house?
So like I advised earlier, just answer to the best of your ability.
She was breathing when she was outside trying to get away.
Hello, caller. If you don't know, you can just say unknown. That'll suffice.
Okay.
Is she having any difficulty breathing?
I don't know.
Thank you for that. Atlanta's not requesting for fire to go out there.
Okay, we do have PD started to this location. 2 officers are en route.
I'm clear on 2 officers en route. Thank you.
All right, Atlanta is disconnecting. All right, thank you, caller.
Okay, ma'am, I'm sending the paramedics to help.
All right, man. This is my question for the 911 caller, right? It's a little, like I said, some loud noise going on the back, so y'all gotta hear me out. How the hell you know what's going on in the crib? Number 1, like I said. Number 2, why we ain't getting no other 911 audio calls when somebody else in the neighborhood called and they heard shots fired? Autopsy comes out, he got a gunshot wound. Who shot young Scooter? We don't know until further notice. But when this lady, the way she's talking on the phone, that tells me you was in the goddamn crib when this activity was going on in the house. Allegedly, you probably ran out the house, made a phone call, tried to save your homegirl, and start making up all these lies allegedly that's going on inside young Scooter crib. We don't know where young Scooter's going, what the hell he was doing. Young Gage, sex trafficking, I mean, whatever going on, drug dealers, guns in the house, we don't know. We going by what a 911 caller is telling us. But like I said 20 minutes ago, if you doing that type of activities, let me tell y'all something. There's no way in the world you ain't connected to some type of law enforcement out there in the street world. There's no way. Somebody's covering this shit up. Somebody made a mistake. Somebody did something over here in this situation. Because how long y'all was chasing him? How long did he was on the ground when he bled out? Allegedly, to y'all story, he jumped over 2 fences. According to the story, that shit ain't true. If he did jump 2 fences, he got shot in his leg, and y'all let that nigga bleed out. That's what probably happened. So we don't know the true story until further notice comes, until we get more breaking news about this shit. But like I said, the 911 caller is very suspicious. It sounded like you was in that crib, ma. You ain't gonna fool me here. You don't sound like a neighborhood watch lady the way you was breaking that shit down. It sounded like you had front row seat until what everything that was going on in that crib. That's what it sounds like to me. It don't sound like you was across the street looking out the window. Oh my God, this stuff is going. It don't sound like a panicky neighbor that she sees some type of crazy shit going on. You know, one of them people that's on the phone, they panicking. Oh my God, hurry up, listen. No, she sounded too calm, like she was in there and she got up out of there. I want to hear y'all opinion about this, man. I want to hear y'all smoke, because this shit is too suspicious, man. That's why I had to do a video and I waited. But we're going to get more breaking news about this situation. Till then, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. Do me a favor, give me your opinion about this. Now, man, I'm up out of here, man. Rest in peace to Young Scooter. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV. Salute, gang. I'm out of here.